Let's take a look at global variables and properties in SolidWorks and parameters in Creo Parametric. Here I am in SolidWorks. To access my global variables, I can go to the flyout menu, then we can go to Tools, and down here we have Equations. That opens up a dialog box. Up at the top, we can define things called global variables. So I will click in the field in order to enter a name, and I'll call it flange width. Let me spell it correctly. Flange width. And then I will click in the value equation field. And here you can see that we can specify some different functions. So we have our various different angle functions, exponent functions, and so on. If you go to File Properties, we have some different things around mass properties. And then you can have a measurement, but I'm just going to enter in a value. Let's make this a value of 12, and I can specify that it is in millimeters. Also, you can go to the units flyout to specify the value in a different length or angle unit, but I'm happy with that. So let's go to the comments field. You can see that it automatically evaluated it. That's because in this value equation field, you can also do math. You can divide, you can add, multiply, subtract, whatever kinds of different expressions that you want to put in here for the value and equation. Let's go to the comments over here, and well, this is going to be the flange width, so I can type that in there as well. And later on, you can go back to the equations, and then I can pick, say, a sketch, and then say, hey, this dimension here, this is going to evaluate to one of my global variables like flange width. Let's click the OK button. So the global variables, that's really good for dimensions and other numerical quantities that you want to create to drive the geometry in your parts and assemblies. Next, let's take a look at something called properties. If I go to the flyout over here, we can go to the File menu, and then here we have Properties. And this is where you can create a brand new property. I will click in the Property Name field. They have a bunch that are predefined for you, but if you want to create one that isn't in the list, well, just type in the name. I'm going to create one called Category, and for some reason, I like all capital letters for this. I'll click in the Type field, and you have 4 different choices here: text, date, number, or yes, no. So for example, if I want this to be text, then in the value or expression, I can type in my value for structural, and it evaluates to exactly what I typed in over here. So that's how you can create a custom property for the model. Be aware that you can also create configuration specific properties. In other words, if you have different configurations of this model, you can have a custom property that applies just to one of those configurations. Let's click the OK button out of here. One other thing about SolidWorks, over on the right hand side of the screen, you have a series of icons, and here we have one for custom properties. I will open that up, and this pane is intended, you can even make it wider, this pane is intended for you to set up certain different custom properties that you want all your users to fill in for every model. And to aid that, you have a special utility that helps you build a form in here. If I click on Create Now, here we have what's called the Property Tab Builder, and this allows you to define custom properties and define the layout of the different fields and cells in this flyout panel, and you can configure drop-down lists for and ranges and all sorts of different things for how you want people to enter things. So for example, you could have radio buttons, check boxes, so forth and so on, to make a nice little form that people enter just to verify that they are putting in all the correct information that you want for your models. Let's close out of there, and then we can just click on the background of the screen to collapse the panel. Here we are in Creo Parametric. Let's take a look at something called parameters. If I go to the Model Intent Overflow menu from the Model tab, Here you can access the parameters dialog box. Also, you can get to it from the tools tab. It's right in the middle. And here we have our parameters. Here are a few that were created automatically in the model. If you want to create your own parameter, you can click on the plus sign. And so for my own custom parameter, let's create one called flange. I cannot spell today. Flange width. And let me make this field a little bit wider. If I click in real number, we have a drop-down list. You can choose whether this is going to be an integer, a real number, a string, a yes, no value, or a note. And I'm going to leave it as a real number. Let's set this equal to 12. There's a drop-down list, or excuse me, a checkbox for designate. This allows you to specify that this parameter should be passed on to your Windchill PLM system. Let me make the dialog box even wider. Then we have our access. So for example, this is full access, meaning that anyone can change it. Here we have one that is locked because it is driven by the assigned material. And you are also going to have ones that could be driven by relations, or you could have other ones that are driven by your PLM system. And then we have an indication of the source of the parameter. Then you could type in a description if you wanted to put that information in here. So I could just say that this is indeed the flange width. Here's a checkbox to restrict it to a list of different values. I'll show you an example of a restricted value list. And then you're able to specify if something is going to have a variety of different quantities. So it's not just having different lengths or different angle measurements. You can see that there are a whole lot of different properties that you could have in here related to that parameter. This one is indeed for length. And we could say that, hey, that is going to be in millimeters. And you have a drop-down list with all the different available length units. You have everything from like nanometers up to miles. In the dialog box for your relations, I'll show this in a moment, but there's an option from the tools drop-down menu for unit specific. So that's an example of one parameter that we have in here. Let's click the plus sign. And I have a restricted value list set up in my configuration for Creo Parametric. So if I type in category and then hit the tab key, it automatically changes it to string. And then when I click in this drop down list, here I can choose from a variety of different values. So for example, let's say if this one was not structural, I could say, no, this is actually going to be a miscellaneous component instead. And then I click the OK button, and that's how you manage your parameters in Creo Parametric. I'd mentioned relations. When I go to my relations dialog box, from the utilities drop-down menu, here's where we can check that our relations are going to be unit sensitive. That is turned on by default in the standard model templates. I screwed up my templates and turned it off. That was a mistake. But then you can write different relations in here between model dimensions. Let's get some section dimensions. And so here is the dimension D9 for the flange width. And I can say that this is going to be equal to, and then this icon allows you to access your different model parameters. And I can choose insert selected. I actually don't know what set of units my model is in, so I'm going to comment that out rather than potentially have a regeneration failure or some screwed up geometry. So let's click the OK button out of there. And so that's how in Creo Parametric you can use parameters, which are basically the same as global variables and custom properties inside of SolidWorks. I hope you enjoyed this video. For more information, please visit www.creowindchill.com. If you learned something from this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you like this video, please click the subscribe button and ring the bell to be informed when new videos are uploaded. Thank you very much.